Hello, and welcome to Legacy Her Way. So, who is ready for Christmas? When this episode airs, it will be the day after Thanksgiving. So, we're probably at this point thinking about Christmas, aren't we? We're thinking about, oh my gosh, there's sales today. We've got to get the gifts for our kids. We got to get the gifts for our families, co-workers. So shopping is on our minds. I love shopping. I love shopping for myself, actually. And I tend to, on this day where people are doing like Black Friday shopping, is where I tend to really buy for myself. How many of you are guilty of that? Probably quite a few of us, because there's so many great sales, right? We're taking advantage of some of these great sales. But as you are shopping, are you shopping small? Are you shopping local? That is the subject of today's episode of Legacy Her Way. So as you know, if you're a regular listener to Legacy Her Way, you know that Legacy Her Way is a podcast where women define, build, and live legacy on their own terms. And you know, I'm your host, Tanya Hendrix. And each week we dive into the real stories, fresh strategies, and inspiring conversations that help you create a future that reflects who you are and what you value most. And as you know, I feature women business owners. I feature women who are building legacies on their own terms. And a lot of the women I have featured on Legacy Her Way in both seasons 1 and season 2 are women who have businesses, or maybe they've written a book, but they are building something. I've had shop owners. I've had women who are building, like you heard from Melissa Chavez, who, if you are a business owner and you're looking for merch or things to, branded items to give out to clients, to give out to team members in ready or anticipation of the holidays, you want to reach out to Melissa because she has Mac Global Promotions. And so she is a local business person who can, and small business owner, who can take care of those items for you. One of the reasons I started this podcast, and one of the main reasons I started this podcast, was to empower women, to support other women, to support women business owners, because it's important, right, that we work and support one another. And I know I've heard from several of you that you like the aspect of hearing about these businesses and knowing that these shops exist, knowing that these women are out there grinding every single day to provide a service to you. And so as the host of the podcast, I want to kind of revisit some of those women, because I'm hoping that as you're listening to this, whether it's the day after Thanksgiving or some other day before Christmas, as you start looking at who you're going to buy things for, what you're going to purchase, and who you're going to buy it from, that you think about these women. And more than that, you think about the small business owners. You think about the artisans. You think about the creatives in your community where you can purchase your items and support local business. Now, we have heard many times over that we want to make America great again. And we all want to have a great America. We all want to have a great and wonderful country. And you know how you can do that? Like real practical way is you support the people in your neighborhood. You support the people in your community. You support those small businesses. Most people are employed by small businesses, and small businesses put a lot of money back into our economy. You can go to the Small Business Association website and see all the numbers and statistics of how businesses, the small businesses, support our communities. We have, as small business owners, we have people come to us asking for donations. Can you give us a donation of an item for our raffle or our silent auction? Or can you buy an ad in our high school football program or baseball program or whatever it may be? And we love to do those things. We love supporting our local charities. We love supporting our local nonprofits and the community as a whole, the schools and the arts and all the other things. But we need your help. I've had business owners tell me that people have come to their shop, asked for free items, asked for donations, but never bought a single thing from them. Never saw them again. And they never asked about items. They never even looked around. I mean, come on, y'all. If you're going to ask for something for free, support the business. Buy something from them. Because your local business owners are the ones who will give back to your community. They're the ones who will support you. But they need your support so they don't go out of business. As small business owners, we have bills to pay too. We have things that we have to do. So please support small business. And I will say, this podcast is being published the day after Thanksgiving, which means the next day, the Saturday following Thanksgiving, is Small Business Saturday. So it's a way that we can support and go out and support small businesses. So I want to revisit some of the people from the podcast and talk about their businesses so you can help support them. I'm going to start with this picture behind me. Let me duck down. You can see if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see the picture behind me. It's actually of it's a picture taken by Kathy Smith, who was in season 1. She was driving across the bridge one day, saw this chair just sitting out in the middle of the Cahaba River, and it's just a beautiful shot. And so Kathy, being a photographer, got her camera out, and she took that shot. And I've had this sitting in my office. I can't remember how many years now that I've had this print in my office that I bought from Kathy. I mean, it is just a phenomenal photo that's now on canvas that I get to enjoy all the time. It's just very serene. So Kathy Smith has Kathy Smith Images. You can find her on Facebook at Kathy Smith Images, all one word. And so you can find her on Facebook, Instagram, and you can order prints from her. Go through her photos and see which ones you like, and you can order them. They're not terribly expensive, and you would be supporting a local artist. So please go check out Kathy Smith Images on Facebook and Instagram. And again, Kathy Smith Images, all one word. And find some of her prints. I mean, she has just some beautiful pieces out there. I want to buy a couple more from her, but I can't decide which ones because there's so many great ones. So that's Kathy Smith Images. I've already mentioned Melissa Chavez with Mac Global Promotions. If you have a business, if you're a business owner, reach out to Melissa and get some merch done for your clients or for your staff, your team members. Also, business owners and local people, or anybody actually, because they also are on the web, on the internet, you can get some incredible finds, Southern made hand goods from Southern Kitchen and Home. It's a retail shop at Stove House in Huntsville. They also are online, Southern Kitchen and Home. I'm telling you, I've been in that store a couple times, and they have some skillets that are like a specific type of steel, handmade. Oh my gosh, they are just phenomenal. I can't wait to go buy one. She was telling me about getting in a griddle for the grill that's got the holes in it that you can use to grill like vegetables and stuff. I cannot wait to get my hands on one of those because they are just great. I will be getting one of the skillets as well. You can't find these things in the big box stores. These are things that she is going out. She being Tanya Ross, she was in season 2. She goes out and she curates these items from Southern artisans, Southern creatives. And so by you purchasing from Southern Kitchen and Home, not only are you supporting Tanya's business and a business here in Huntsville, a small woman-owned business in Huntsville, you're also supporting artisans from the South. So she only curates from Southern artisans and Southern creatives. So you're actually helping 2 Southern local businesses with one purchase. And Southern Kitchen and Home has things from food items. I mentioned the cookware. They have a lot of towels, with the funny sayings on them. They had some when I was in the store the other day. She also has like glasses for drinks. It's just all kind of things. So do yourself a favor. Do some shopping at Southern Kitchen and Home. They're at Stove House in Gaslight Alley. back behind where all the restaurants are. So go back there and visit Southern Kitchen and Home. We've also had on the podcast somebody you can get some gift certificates from, and that is Stephanie Childers with Float Huntsville. She was in season 1. She was featured in season 1. Float Huntsville is a float therapy. So you can go and just relax in the pod with all the salt water, listen to music or have no music, have some lights or no lights, whatever it is that would relax you. You can actually go there. They do gift cards or gift certificates. So you can get a gift certificate for the loved ones in your life or get one for a loved one, then, use yourself, whatever you want to do. But that's a way to support a local business, is to support Float Huntsville. And so they're on 4 Mile Post in Huntsville. You can stop by there and purchase a gift certificate from them and give to your loved ones. Gift certificates are for 1 year. I've given out a ton of gift certificates from there. And so they are good for 1 year, and it is just an excellent gift for somebody. It's the gift of peace and relaxation. It is a phenomenal experience. And maybe that's what you want to do for yourself after you go do all the shopping, is to go do a float. You can also support, I mentioned Kathy with Kathy Smith Images, but I've had some other creatives on the show that you can support their businesses. You heard Kate Bartley in season 1. Kate has a book out that you can purchase on Amazon, or you can go to her website. The book is The Good Girl Prescription. It says Good Girl RX on the front, but it's Good Girl Prescription. You can go to her website and purchase that book from her directly, or purchase it from Amazon.com or any other place where you buy your books. I would encourage you to please go to her website and buy directly from her, because she is able to keep all the proceeds that way, not have to share anything with any multi-billionaire who uses the money to have a $50,000 wedding. So please support local businesses. Buy your books directly from the author. Another author was Monica Montgomery. She was also in season 1. She has a book for caregivers. And so I would encourage you to go to her website, Monica Montgomery or MCM Services, and purchase her book directly from her. And so that's also a great gift item. If you know any caregivers, then you can get that for those caregivers in your life, to give them a little gift of somebody that understands what they are going through and what they're dealing with. All right, now let's see, who else did we have on the show that you can buy gifts from? I'm trying to think through all of our podcast guests. Okay, to stay in the theme of health and wellness, we had several guests who are in that space. You heard in season 1 from Olivia Oxford, who sells Unicity, which is a fabulous nutritional supplement for sort of people who have diabetes. It's a way that they can help with the diabetes. You can find Olivia. She was episode 14 in season 1. So you can go back and listen to that episode and hear more about Unicity. But you can go to Unicity and look for Olivia Oxford and buy some of those products from her. One of the things that I've used from them is when I was fasting, especially when I was doing a lengthy fast, is the drink that you can drink in the morning. And it helps you get through that fast, and it's not as terrible when you're drinking that drink. So certainly reach out to Olivia for that gift of health. Also, Tara Douglas, she is a chiropractor in Sylacauga, Alabama. So if you are in the Sylacauga area and you want the gift of wellness, reach out to Tara, because she also has the Pilates studio. Remember, when you go back and listen to episode 16 in season 1, she has the Pilates studio, so you can also take the Pilates class. And I've heard from some people who take that class that it's phenomenal. Let me see who else we had in season 2. Tanya Hendrix with Partner Co. So that's another health and nutrition supplement company. So if you are interested in, again, that health and wellness, go back and listen to episode 1 of season 2 and hear more about that from Tanya Hendrix and reach out to her. We heard from Sarah Cummins. She is Waterfall Yoga Therapy here in Huntsville. If you, again, giving the gift of health and wellness, and then peace of mind. I mean, she talked a lot about the peace and serenity that her clients receive when they go through this and go through her program, that she is able to help with things such as PTSD. People have been through some traumatic situations. So Sarah Cummins with Waterfall Yoga Therapy, reach out to her if you're in the Huntsville area, and she does retreats, so maybe you can do a gift certificate for a retreat for your loved one. Now, moving away from the health and wellness space, let's talk about just in general, back on episode 3 of season 2, Claire Aiello with the Chamber of Commerce spoke. So Chamber of Commerce obviously is she was marketing the Rocket City. So this episode markets the Rocket City businesses. So go out and support your small businesses in the Huntsville area, whether it is downtown Huntsville, whether it's out towards Bridge Street area. There's so many small businesses that you can support. And so please go out and support those small businesses in the Huntsville area. We also heard from Terry Richardson with Athens Main Street, and she talked about the businesses in the Athens, kind of the square area, and that's kind of where Athens Main Street is mostly centered. But if you're in the Athens area, go support those small businesses and help those businesses stay open, because the last thing you want to do is you build up this city, you build up, you have all the events surrounded, because Terry talked about the cider stroll where people are going to different places for cider. They have a fantastic Christmas parade. They're doing a lot of things to build up the city of Athens. But if the people don't support the businesses will go away. So this is a great one. I know there's some clothing stores there. There's some gift shops. There's a bookstore. So go to Athens and support local businesses there. If you are charitably minded, we heard from Nancy Becker with Invisible Warriors. And so that would be a great nonprofit to support if you want to give that as a gift to people. So you can give a donation in your loved one's name to Invisible Warriors. Coming up, you're going to hear from, I think when this episode airs, you probably have heard from Sabrina Helm, who has a website business. So maybe you know someone who is starting a business of their own. Maybe they're looking at the new year of opening their own business, starting their own business. Maybe they're going to be writing a book and they need a website. So Sabrina can help build those websites. You can give a gift certificate to work with Sabrina. There are all kinds of ways you can support local businesses. So I would encourage you to reach out, go back through our episodes, listen to the women and talking about their businesses. Support local businesses, support business owners in the area, support these women-owned businesses so that they can stay in business. They can continue to contribute to the community. They can, keep paying their own bills for their own families. All right, so this episode is Tanya's 12 Days of Christmas, basically, where I'm giving you some people that you can support. So please support these businesses, from the creatives, the authors, the painters, the photographers, the business owners with the shops, with the brick and mortar shops, the online shops. There's just so many ways you can support local business. Please shop local. Support small businesses so that they can stay in business. And if you're listening to this podcast, you're the type of woman who wants to support other women. And this is a great time of year to show that support in a very tangible way Maybe it's going to cost a little bit more. I get that. But you're supporting another woman. You're supporting a local business. And in doing so, you're supporting your community. Thank you for joining me on Legacy Her Way today for this special shop and support local business episode. If today's conversation spoke to you, share it with a friend. And more importantly, go and support these local businesses. But make sure you're also subscribed to this podcast. If you subscribe to the podcast, you're never going to miss an episode. So be sure that you subscribe to the podcast and you share it. So this has been Legacy Her Way. Keep defining your legacy your way. Bye-bye.